Good evening, campers, and welcome back to the Shipyards. I'm Commander Exorcist, and today we're going to be taking a look at some upgrades to the station that I've made since my last station video, and also we're going to take a look at some of the recent builds that I have been working on. And so some of the information, some of the things you see in this video may be a little bit familiar if you watched my previous video, my station tour, and if not, then it'll be all new, but there's a couple of new things. As you can see kind of out here, been a couple of upgrades. We've got a nice dish out here. Got some rotors out here working, a couple of upgrades to the station. We're going to go through the station first, and then we're going to talk about three builds, three Starships that are here and all on display at the moment, and each of these are available on the Steam Workshop. So let's go ahead and get started. Actually, before we do, if you enjoyed the content that I create on this channel, if you like space engineers, then this is your channel. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below and tell me which of these builds are your favorite. So in the last video that I did for the station, I kind of did a tour and showed everyone around. A couple of things have changed. Actually, quite a few things have changed. As you can see out here, some upgrades to the external parts. And then this is the big one. So this station is now pressurized. So a little bit of experimentation, and I managed to get the station fully pressurized. So we now have a life support system. And I'd also talked about the possibility of changing the wall over here to make it look a little bit better. Well, I did. And as a matter of fact, we added a lounge area. So there's a lounge area where people can come in. We've got some beds, and we've got some other beds, and then there is a medical area. So full-on medical support and the ability to change our engineers' looks. And we've got the lounge area. So all here in central processing. Now, in the main area here in CNC, not a lot has changed. Just some signage, the new Exorcist Shipyards logo and stuff. So just some like promo things that are out here. And then the broadcast studio is still the same. So everything here is pretty much the same, just cleaning it up. The biggest changes to the base are over here, where we go up this ladder, we go up this stairs, and we have asteroid hangar access. So we have an airlock here. We're not going to go down that hallway. Secret room. You don't get to see that one. And so this tunnel takes us all the way through the asteroid into Phase 3. Now, I had talked in my previous video about prepping to work on a Phase 3, and this is the hangar control center. So you can look out over here. You get a view of our in-asteroid hangar, and we've got control over the different areas, so I can turn off the CNC shelter lights, and I can turn off the hangar lights. So, but we're going to go out there, and I want to show you guys the hangar. This was a massive project. So I had to take a break from content creation for a little bit. I had to go home for an emergency, and but one of the things I did in my spare time to kind of keep myself occupied is I built this bad boy. So this immense hangar is kind of this is Phase 3. This is what I had in mind for my station. And I'm glad that I was able to actually get it functioning and get it up and running while I was out. So this is the hangar that is interior. You can kind of see the CNC shelter there. And so this hangar is actually built to carry a Ferox 2 carrier. And so that is the red one over there. So the red and white one actually built that ship and then chipped away at the asteroid and backed it into this thing to make sure the hangar was big enough to hold that particular ship. Now, we're going to take a look at three builds. So these are the Exorcist Shipyards showcases at the moment. I haven't built anything else major, but right now I wanted to go through. If you watched the previous video, then you may have seen, you will have seen the Mako 2, which is this one here, and then the green one over there, you actually saw it being constructed, and it's changed a little bit, and we're going to talk about it. So the Mako is not much different than it was in the previous video. It's just actually live now on the Steam Workshop. So if you're interested in a basic Starship design, it is not pressurized. So you've got a bridge and a corridor. You've got dual airlock or dual access ports to get you out onto the ship's hull. So that is cool. And then access to the engineering, which is hugely upgraded from the first ship, the Mako, which was actually the first Starship that I ever built in Space Engineers. So definitely a cool ship to fly. Flies really well. Nice response. And there is a link in the description for this build if you're interested in getting yourself a Mako Mark II. It's a fantastic looking little ship. It really is. So I don't know if I'm going to do another one of these. I'm not really sure. I think I really, really like this design. And so it works really well in deep space. We're going to skip this one in the center because we're going to go over here. And this is the Ferox Star Carrier. And it was under construction when I did my base tour video, although it was white. It had no colors at the time. It was still being worked on. But this is the first super large Starship that I've ever built. And I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how it turned out. But it's got a lot of fluff on it. And it's a little claustrophobic. We're going to go inside. I'm going to show you. Now, one thing that has changed from what you saw in the video, obviously the colors and a couple of design things, but it is pressurized. It wasn't pressurized when it originally released on the Steam Workshop. I updated it about a week ago with pressurization. So there used to be gyroscopes here in the bridge area, but those are gone, replaced by life support system. The bridge is the same as it was before, so we have have a really nice view. It's very easy to see where you're going, and lots of room for support personnel if you want to take them with you. So I'm a big fan of the bridge design. I like these large open spaces and just kind of this like central command and control center. All right, so, and the corridors, which were not green when I showcased them, they're green now. So each of the corridors leads back here to the engineering section. And so we go back here and we can just open up the engineering, and we will take a trip inside here. And so all of the gyros are back here now, so the Prototech. And there are 8 warfare batteries and a massive collection of engineering and support consoles to support the ship, and 2 large reactors. So it is a super overpowered Starship for its size. I understand that, but that's just kind of how it is. Now down here, we are a little bit claustrophobic here, but still functional. And so going to the end of the line here, this will just kind of let you have a view outside to the window in the front, and it loops around to the other side. Now here we have kind of a kitchen area and a rest area with some couches. If you come out here on the other side and go down the hall, there is a storage location. So they've got like a storage center with some lockers, a place to sit, and a worker's table if you want to do anything like that. So this is the Ferox Carrier. It doesn't have a designator, it's just the Ferox Carrier. And so it is available. The link is in the description to the Steam Workshop if you would like to download the Ferox Star Carrier. It's a nice ship. It is crash tested. I actually have a couple of videos of this ship one of them being knocked into space because of destroying another ship. So it had a tough development cycle, but it is definitely worth picking up. So there's kind of a shot. One of the things I wanted to do when I upgraded it is I wanted to reduce its wing profile. And so take a looking over here. This bad boy, this is the Ferox 2. So it didn't take me long to make a sequel. I know, I'm trying not to make a bunch of sequels to things, but the Ferox 2 is the most advanced Starship built here at Exorcist Shipyards. And it is a complete redesign. It is a completely different approach to the Ferox 1 carrier. Now, it has the same basic structure. So the backbone is the same. Pretty much everything on the outside, the placement of the engines and the basic structure is all the same. The biggest change is the bridge. As you can see, it's got a different type of bridge. And we're going to go inside here. I'm going to show you around. So, and this was my first pressurized ship. And so once I figured out kind of the way of doing pressurization for this model, I went back, and that's when I added the pressurization to the Mark I. So this is the bridge of the Mark II. It has a really nice view. So, I mean, you've got just a stunning level of view around you. So it has 2 stations for pilots and then supports consoles in the back here. Now, what about the rest of the people flying on the ship? Well, you'll go over here, and we can actually go down, and there is a second level. And we've got survival kit, so if you want to play this in survival, it should be fully survival ready. And it has H2O2 generator and a survival kit, as well as 2 desks for people to be able to sit down and provide support during the ship's mission. So that is really nice. I'm really happy with the lower section here and the upper section, because it's got the glass flooring, and it's just really open and clean. And plus, it has a really cool LCD that you can customize. So, you know, I love LCDs. All right. So looking at the design here, made it a little more standard in the back. It's not as offset as the first one. And so when you open the doorways, so it actually does branch out into 2 different sections. And in comparison to the Mark I, the Mark II has just a phenomenal view. And so everything is glass, it's open, it's lighted with natural light, and so you can see what's going on as the ship is flying. And also you get a really nice view of the engines, which opens up into a common area. So now, instead of just a corridor leading all the way back to engineering, we've got this actual corridor, this open area that you can mess around with 2 stations for engineers. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at engineering beforehand. Both doors open up into engineering. We've got 8 gyros, so replaced 2 of the ledge pieces with actual gyros. And then we have 2 large warfare reactors. We've removed the extra consoles and added a jump drive. That's right. So this Starship is my first design with actual jump capabilities. And it's the Prototech design, so it gets the extra range. So engineering also has a collection of windows so that you can see out natural lighting in almost every part of the ship except where we're going now. So we're going to go down. So we've got kind of this Titanic inspired staircase here that goes up, but come down here and we're going into some tight corridors. This kind of retains some of the design from the original, but now we have a massive redesigned storage area. So you've got some lockers and other places to store your equipment, as well as workstations for your crew. If we go down here, it goes into another more workstations basically for crew. But if you go around to the corner here, and each side has its own separate area, it actually goes to an airlock. And so if you open the airlock here, you come out on the bottom side of the ship. So it gives you a kind of an emergency egress. If you're working in the bowels of the ship and something happens and you need to get out, that isn't available. And this is the exact same design on the other side. So if I go through here and go around the corner, it's another airlock that just goes out the other side of the ship. The Ferox 2 carrier, built by Exorcist Shipyards, is available on the Steam Workshop. There is a link in the description if you would like to download this Starship. So yeah, this was really kind of a big project that I've been working on, and in addition to upgrading the base, getting the Ferox 2 ready to go to be able to showcase to everyone, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's an exceptional looking ship. It really is. It's a nice flyby of the bridge there. So I really like the viewport so that it's easier to kind of see where you're going, and it performs exceptionally. I've taken it out and test drove it, test crashed it in a couple of different places, even above atmospheric worlds, and that's but definitely worth it. All right, everybody. Hey, quick and easy today. Just kind of a tour of the base upgrades for Phase 3 and 3 builds that you can find on the Steam store, or the Steam Workshop, I say, if you're interested. I also have a couple of other builds out there. I've got another station design that I may go through in a video, and a few other things. And as I continue to build things and publish things, I'll be doing more of these Shipyard videos to showcase what it is I'm working on and talk a little bit about the design philosophy as I go along. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me today for this Space Engineers Showcase. I'm Commander Exorcist. Take care, fly safe, and I will see you out there.